back to Crick Talks with Rish. So here we are for yet another video. We are quarter way through the Indian Premier League 2024, and it's time that we bring out to you the analysis of the 10 teams which is happening so far. So to start off with, I would like to welcome again Suryansh and Nikhil on the show. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining us again for this
Thank you.
meeting
Thank you
and
for inviting us,
discussion.
Rishabh.
Thank you for inviting
Always,
us,
always,
Rishabh.
my pleasure. So first, I would like to ask Suryansh. So Suryansh will be discussing about the three teams: RCB, GT, and Lucknow. So Suryansh, could you please start on with RCB first about the how what do you
Sure,
feel about them?
sure. So, as we all know, this is the 17th edition of the IPL, which started on 22nd March, with the very first match being between teams of Captain Cool, that is MS Dhoni, and King Kohli. So,
Yeah,
as we all know, RCB has played a total of 4 matches. They have won one match and they've lost 3 matches. So, and they're currently positioned eighth on the points table, above only DC and MI, which are
yeah,
positioned ninth and 10th, respectively. So I believe batting has always been RCB's plus point, and this season also you'll see that they have been working really hard on their batting, as King
yeah,
Kohli is in enormous form with scores such as 77 for 49 versus Punjab Kings and 83 for 59 versus KKR.
yeah,
Now, I would also like to mention that Dinesh Karthik is who has been performing the role of a finisher really well, with scores such as 38 for 26 versus CSK and 28 versus Punjab Kings and 20 for 8 versus KKR. So I believe these two players have been of a framework which they have, which is holding, which is binding the team together, because when they bat, they score a lot of runs. And for example, if they win the toss, they always choose to bowl, because they
yeah,
believe taking the wickets and then scoring runs will be much easier. But sometimes it goes the other way. And also that I would also like to mention Mahipal Lomror, who has been
yeah.
who's just
Nice.
played 2 matches, 3 matches, and in two of those matches he scored with an explosive batting score such as 33 for 13 versus LSG and 17 for 8 versus Punjab Kings. So I believe batting is their plus point as of now. Now coming to their bowling, so Siraj, being their main bowler, is not able to perform, as he's been hit for 157 runs in the last 4 matches with an economy of 10.77 runs, taking
Yeah,
taking just 3 wickets. I believe if he's the main bowler, he should take at minimum 6 to 7 wickets by this time,
exactly.
by after 4 matches. And then we have Alzari Joseph, who is a new player. He's bought for 11 crores, and he's brought to replace Harshal Patel, who recently joined Punjab Kings. But
Yeah,
I believe he's been hit for 115 runs in 3 matches, having bowled just 10 overs with an economy of 12.7 and just 1 wicket to his name. So I believe he needs to perform well, needs to believe himself, and I believe the team is backing him. So I believe by the next phase of the tournament, he'll be able to perform well. But as of now, bowling is not their greatest point. It's batting, which is phenomenal. So now
exactly.
coming,
Because
exactly, yeah.
uh I feel like every year that's the same story for RCB. Like you see their batting, they have the big names, they have Cameron Green as well now, they have Maxwell, they have Virat Kohli, they have Fab du Plessis, but their bowlers are not able to defend targets. So if they lose a toss, it's almost like 80% of times people think they're not gonna win. Just because seeing their bowling. Like we know there's Alzari Joseph there, we know there is Siraj, but there's just some reason that RCB are not able to defend targets. So I don't know what is your take on that, but then could you just point out that phrase as well? Why are they not able to defend targets so far?
I believe the main bowlers, see, chasing basically depends on, like, if your key players are performing, because
Yeah,
in key players you will count Virat Kohli in batting, King Kohli.
yeah,
Then you'll count Fab du Plessis, who's the captain as well as an opener with who opens with King Kohli. So he has not been up to the form recently, and he's not been able to hit as many runs as he is expected to
true.
give the team uh, a good opening score. But and secondly, the bowling has not been to the mark. I believe there's only one or two bowlers who are uh, basically uh, getting hit for less runs. One being Maxwell, who is a part timer. So I believe
Yeah.
if their part timers are getting hit for less runs, maybe give more overs to them and try to change the dynamics of the team by
True, true. That's true.
like Cameron Green is getting, he's bowling regularly, but I believe they should
Mm.
give more overs to Maxwell. If Maxwell is able to bowl and being he's not hit for many runs, then he should get more chance to bowl. As well as there's a there's a if not wrong, he's an all rounder. Uh,
Yeah.
Mayank Dagger, if I'm not wrong, he is also
He's doing well.
he's bowling really well. Like uh, not up to the expectation, but he's comparatively less. Uh, he's being hit for less runs. So I believe they should back that player more,
Back him.
and he should play more matches because if he plays more matches, he'll get more experience, and that will help him developing him into a great player.
True.
And I believe that is what each team motto is to develop a player and
Yeah,
so
I
that
think
he
that's
performs for the team.
exactly what IPL the tagline is Yatra Pratibha Avsara Prapnoti. So exactly where you just said that where talent meets opportunity. So that was a really good analysis there about RCB. Suryansh, thank you for that. Now I think we're shifting dynamics straight away from RCB. You're going to talk about GT, which is such a successful franchise over the last few years, and they have started well. They have started well this year too. So what is your take? Because that'll be interesting to shift the dynamics from this team to that.
So now coming to GT. So GT stands for Gujarat Titans, and this very season is the very first season of Shubman Gill as a captain, and
Exactly.
they've played 4 matches, they've won 2 and lost 2, and currently they are position 6 on that points table. I believe being a captain is something which comes with great responsibility, and I believe Shubman Gill is performing his role as a captain very responsibly. As
Yeah.
I've seen the I've seen the experience and the he's actually a brilliant mind. As you can see in this captaincy, you can see the bowlers, he's giving overs to the bowlers, he's trying to change whenever the bowlers are being hit, he's always coming and speaking to them, consoling them and telling
Yeah.
them that you can perform better, believe in yourself because I am backing you. And if the captain is showing that much confidence in the player, then there's no way the players will not perform and give the 100% to the captain and to the team indirectly.
Exactly.
I believe his brilliance can be seen in the team selection and during impact player substitution as well. Because I believe team selection is the very important thing important thing in while you play a tournament, because you need to know who is going to be your who is going to be your main bowlers, who is going to be your main batsman, middle order batsmen, all rounders. So I believe he's really doing a good job in that section, as well as during overs he's communicating with the bowlers, and I believe that is one quality which I like about him, which is very similar to what MS Dhoni used to do when he was in Team India and is currently doing it CSK.
CSK.
So now
True. And
coming to
what you said
please.
about the impact player, I think just if not I'm wrong, yesterday there was a poll which was put out as well. Has GT impact has been the best in the whole tournament because they have used Mohit Sharma when they're bowling second and Sai Sudarshan when they're batting
As the
second,
battings,
and,
yes,
and they have been really good. Like both of them are performing their duties really well. Mohit Sharma is such an experienced player. On the other hand, we have Sai Sudarshan who's proving his name. So it's really tactical and they're using their form to their best, I feel, and that's
exact
bring the best results. I think, of course, they did lose yesterday's game against Punjab, but that is a one-off. What would you think about that?
exactly. See, winning and losing goes on while you play tournaments, but that does not
Yeah,
stop you from performing. It actually
yeah,
should give you the motive of performing and trying to overcome your what you call it, the
failures, right?
the failures, exactly.
Yeah,
And I believe this team is a young team. It is young at heart because you have the captain
yeah,
at the helm of affairs. So I
true.
believe now coming to batting. So as you all know, he Shubman Gill, who's the captain, has all guns blazing with scores such
Yeah.
as 89 of 48 versus Punjab Kings and 36 of 28 versus SRH. Now we have a very mature player who comes one down, whose name is Sai Sudarshan, and I believe most of you who I'm talking with and who are listening to this talk show will be knowing, and if not knowing, but they, I believe, if not by last season, but by this season, they would have come across this name, Sai Sudarshan. So I
Yeah.
believe he is a player who can steer their uh, the team into the finals. I believe he's that type of a player. I believe his maturity in play in batting, because whenever you see, he's never after scoring runs. He's always after forming partnerships, because he knows partnerships are more important than single scoring, single runs and achievements. That is what teamwork teaches you, and that is actually what you see of captaincy which Shubman Gill is playing. That all the players
True.
have their roles clear. Sai Sudarshan, whenever
Exactly.
he's there, he knows that he has to play mature innings, because he has someone on the other side who's been told to play and go and take the ball and hit it hard.
Yeah.
And Sai Sudarshan is being asked to play maturely and make for and make a partnership, so that the team is never in trouble, never loses
Yeah.
many wickets, because he there is someone who is always ready to make partnerships and play maturely.
True.
So and whenever the he wants to go, he can always go guns firing. Like he scored 33 in 19 versus Punjab Kings, 45 or 36 versus SRH, and 37 for 31 versus CSK. And
Yeah.
I believe that quality, that he's always forming partnerships and not going for individual achievements like scoring 50 and
Correct.
100. So
True.
he's keeping the team's motive in ahead of his intentions,
Yeah.
of his motives. So I believe this type of a player can will succeed any day, and I believe
Yeah.
he's going to be a regular in the Indian team in the future. That's what I see
Nice.
of him.
Very well said. Yes,
Exactly.
very well said. Really great talent. So I think that sums up GT as a whole in the unit, how they have been performing, isn't it, Suryansh?
Yeah, I would also
So
like. May I continue? I just have a small part to say.
yeah, yeah, sure.
I would like to mention Rahul Tewatia, who is basically you cannot say copy, but he's trying to replicate Dinesh Karthik, because even he
Uh-huh.
comes as a finisher, and he is also that hard hitting finisher, just like Dinesh Karthik.
Yeah,
Because in the recent two
exactly.
matches, he's scored 23 for 8 versus Punjab Kings and 22 for 15 versus MI. So I believe in the very first match, he was the difference between MI and GT. And GT
GT,
taking the
yeah.
win is, I believe, because of his 22 runs. Because I believe they MI lost by, if I'm not wrong, just
6 runs. 6 runs.
exactly. So I believe those 22 runs were very important for the team.
True. True.
And now
Very well said.
coming to bowling of GT. You know there's that their main bowler is Mohit Sharma, because he has the experience, as he's played under captains such as MS Dhoni while he was playing for CSK, and he also played for Punjab before he joined GT. So he has a lot of experience, and he's also played for the Indian team in numerous tournaments. So he knows how to bowl and use his experience. Whenever the team needs him, he's always the first one to take the ball from the captain and deliver.
Very well. True. Very well said.
Along with him, there are spinners such as Rashid Khan and Noor Ahmed. Noor Ahmed did a brilliant job yesterday, taking 2 wickets.
Yeah.
And they also have Sai Kishore, who has also proved that he can spin the ball and take wickets. Although he's not getting lot of chances, but he is always one person who's ready, who's always there to take wickets. And I believe if he gets more chances, he's going to improve. And I believe
Yeah.
such a player will also come in the Indian team in the future, because while I saw him bowling, I was just thinking, how can a spinner who's bowling such a length not be hit for not hit for fours and sixes, and instead he was taking good wickets and very important wickets he's taken. So I believe if GT gives him more chances, he's going to perform and deliver for the team.
True. And exactly, I think Afghanistan have the Gujarat Titans have a very strong Afghan unit in their spin twins. Afghanistan are known for their spinners, and they have got Noor, they have got Rashid. I don't think they can ask for anything better.
Exactly.
Rashid, the experienced one, Noor is getting the experience in slowly and steadily. So all in all, a
The
really
addition
good
of
top
Azhar and
there.
Umar could be a plus point.
Yeah,
Hmm?
Umar Zai.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
I think
Umar
he'll come
Zai,
good.
yeah,
Yeah, I think he'll come good
The guy who
eventually.
can
Of course,
swing the
first
ball
of
and
all,
take wickets in the power play always would be like that.
yeah,
Umar Zai,
true.
I believe, is a capable player. He just has to improve on his game, and I believe he'll
Yeah,
reach the top. That's what I'm saying.
he'll reach very soon. Exactly.
Because Umar
So
Zai, I
now,
think, is a new player in the IPL. Fairly new player in
yeah,
comparison to Noor
very.
and Rashid.
I think he'll get there eventually. You've seen what he can do
Exactly.
for Afghan. So he'll get
Exactly.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I think the final talk for Suryansh will be about the Lucknow Super Giants. There's a few interesting names in Lucknow. Isn't it, Suryansh? You'll be very eager to talk about in
Exactly.
this.
So now coming to Lucknow Super Giants. So this team is also a very young team. They'll be playing their. This will be the second year which they're participating in the IPL, and in the very first year they performed really well. So I believe the team score is very strong because they have
Yeah.
players such as KL Rahul, who's the captain. You have players like Quinton de Kock, who is a hard hitter of the game. You have players like Nicholas Puran, who is also a brilliant player, middle order player.
Yeah.
And I believe that these, if even two of these players perform, two of these three players perform, the team is going to win. Because if you have any two of these players, even if two players perform, they're going to score more than 200 or even 200. Even that the minimum is 200, which they'll score if any two of these players perform on any match day.
Exactly.
That is the quality that they have. The team has.
Yeah.
So LSG is currently played three matches. They've won two of the matches and they've lost only one. And right now they're positioned fourth on the table.
They're already
So
in the top four.
exactly. But what I like about this team is that they have a balanced roster of players. They have
Exactly.
balance. They have a balance of talent. They have brilliant bowlers, brilliant batsmen, and brilliant all rounders.
Yeah.
Like Krunal Pandya, who has shown that he can play that finisher role in the match against Punjab, if I'm not wrong, in
Yes.
which he scored
He,
42, if I'm not wrong.
yeah, he came and just played attacking
Exactly.
cricket and
That was
commanded
that he's a natural cricketer.
Mumbai. When he was about a Mumbai Indians, he used to do something similar, and he just
Exactly. I,
he
I
just
Yeah.
remember one of his innings he scored 89, if I'm not wrong.
yeah,
It was long, like I think 4 or 5 years back. But that was a brilliant innings.
true.
Now coming to the batting, okay. So Captain Rahul has had a decent form because he's not scored in lot of runs. He's just scored. He has 58 in 44 versus Rajasthan Royals, 20 in 14
Hmm.
versus RCB, and 15 of 9 versus Punjab Kings. So it's fairly decent. But
Yeah,
on the other
Th-
hand, uh, yeah, please continue. You can
no, I'm
continue.
saying yeah, he's given a good start to the team basically
Exactly.
every time he.
Exactly. Along with Quinton, they have a good opening unit, opening partnership. They always have good, like in what 6 overs or in the first power play. They always score around 40 to 50 runs, which is a good opening.
Yeah,
So now coming to on the other hand, Quinton, who is in the best of form because he scored 54 in 38 versus Punjab Kings and 81 of 56 in the very last match they played, which they won
yeah,
eventually. That was
true.
81 of 56. So I believe that was the innings which basically his batting as well as Mayank Yadav's
Why not?
bowling 3 for
He
14
is
in
a
4.
tournament, I think, isn't it? Mayank
Let's
Yadav.
find out. Who is the best fielding of the tournament? Yeah.
He's
Indeed, like he has pace, but he's bowling really well. Like line length, 2 matches on a trot, incredible
exactly.
talent.
I would like to mention Nicholas Puran as he's also in his best of form
Oh,
and looks like he's gearing up for the World Cup, which is going to take place in USA and West Indies,
West
with scores
Indies.
such as 64 for 41 versus Rajasthan Royals, 42 for 21 versus Punjab Kings, and 40 for 21 versus RCB. He
Yeah,
is a brilliant player. He is a hard hitter of the game and he's a brilliant fielder, which is also a plus point
yeah,
for Lucknow Super Giants because I believe in the last match which they played, he's taken around 3 catches. So he's a batting as well as a fielding prowess. Now coming to
exactly.
the exact. So I believe such these the Lucknow the people who went the Lucknow team which were there for the auction, they were very intelligent and they've picked great roster of players and they've made the team.
Yeah.
It's a it's a
And just to
brilliant
cut you out there,
balance.
sorry for that. When you said the tournament is in West Indies and US, I could see a smile in Nikhil's face. He's a big West Indies fan sitting
Yeah,
right in this
Oh
indeed.
top.
right.
He's very excited in that. I can see that deep heart.
Actually,
Very
yeah.
West,
We would have
isn't
been
it, Nikhil?
overjoyed after listening to Nikki
Yeah,
P's name.
actually, I was about to mention that Nicky was really a great finding for the West Indies players. But not only in IPL, but he has indeed one of the players got to play within the international and the league. Also. That is a good finding, and I'm indeed very happy for the West Indies.
Well
That
said.
is
Well said.
that is a fact. That is a fact. Nikki P is in the best
Yeah.
of form. You see, in all the
Exactly.
in all the recent tournaments, he's played really well. The IL
Yeah.
T20, so
He's in too good form. He's just uh,
exactly.
finally proving.
He's just warming up for the tournament, but it looks like he's going to play and he's going to attack. And he,
Yeah.
I believe he's one player who India has to be very afraid of. If
Hmm.
India faces them in a match, they have to be very careful of him because all other players are, I believe, not as dangerous as and explosive as he is.
We
Beat
have Russell
Russell,
there. We'll come to that very
beat
soon when we talk. But then they have Russell as well. So
no offense,
probably have
but
Yeah,
to do a video on
no
this.
they
offense,
have
but
good in-depth batting.
no offense, but beat Russell, beat Rovman. I believe he is the most explosive.
Yeah.
Nicky P is the most explosive batsman of West Indies as of today.
Nice. True.
Now coming
So
to
I think
the yeah
bowling, right?
yeah, and
You'll
I'm coming
be
to the
going.
bowling exact. So now I believe the main bowler is Naveen Ulak. Okay, so Naveen
Yeah.
he's been expensive. So he's actually like given 41 runs in 4 overs in the very first match. He's been expensive as well as a wicket taking machine. That is what
Ah.
you can say. So he's actually taking wickets as well as giving runs. So I believe till he's taking wickets consistently, he is going to improve
Yeah.
because see he's been bought in the team for that purpose only, wicket keep for taking wickets, and I believe he's playing that role perfectly. But there are
True.
some matches where he's being a bit expensive. For example, in the match against Punjab Kings, he's been hit for 43 runs in 4 overs, and
Hmm.
in the first match he's been hit for 41 runs, but he's taken 2 wickets, so that brings down the pressure on him to take wickets. And on the in the very third game, he's taken 2 wickets and he's been economical.
Yeah. So I think
Then
it's a long tournament. So slowly, if you can see, every player is starting to hit their stride. As we talked about
exactly,
Gujarat first,
exactly,
now we're talking about Lucknow. I think the tournament is just getting heated up. It's getting very exciting now, seeing how the games are going. So yeah, and of course, I'm sure you'll be talking and ending your part with Mayank Yadav and a few spinners in the Lucknow unit.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
So now coming to M Siddharth,
yeah.
I believe he's a very economical bowler and he's also taking wickets. So I believe the team should give him more chances.
Hmm.
And
He got rid of Virat Kohli, so
he got 2 chances. He's played in last 2 matches.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think he should play in all the matches because if he's a player who is giving less runs and taking wickets, because you need some bowler who will take wickets.
Yeah.
Then you have Krunal Pandya, who's been phenomenal with the bat as well as with the ball. So I believe players like him will contribute to the success of the team, and
Yeah.
whole roster will lead this team into the finals. Now coming to Mayank Yadav, finally, he is the talk of the
Star.
IPL, talk of the season,
Yeah.
talk of the tournament as till date. For this, I believe he's going to be the. I believe he'll take most wickets. That is my prediction. But you're happy to
Okay.
make yours. As of now, we have Mohit Sharma as the purple cap holder. But I believe
Yeah.
by the end of the tournament, you'll have Mayank Yadav as the purple cap holder with most wickets in the IPL. And I
Very
believe,
bold prediction there.
huh?
Very bold prediction for a youngster to reach there. It's really incredible. Just the
Bold,
performance, I think, the way he's
bold
performing.
prediction for such a bold performer. 3 for
Exactly.
14 in 4 overs is nuts. He's bowling really well. Like he's not giving a not a single no ball, not a single loose ball is he's giving. He's bowling,
True.
and that is what I think is uh, an issue with Umran Malik, who used to bowl in similar figures to Mayank Yadav. He was not
Yeah.
consistent. He used to throw a lot
Yeah.
of loose balls and used to be hit.
Exactly.
But I believe Mayank Yadav is a player who is having speed as well as consistency, and he bowls in the line. So I believe
Yeah.
Indian team will require his services in the future, and I believe he is a player who, for sure, I'm saying will come into the Indian team as a fast pace, as a pacer, because Indian team always looks for pacers who bowl above 140 plus.
Yeah.
But I believe they need to set us that he will set a standard of 150 and above, because
Wow. Very well said.
you always want the team to perform better and better. So that is why you'll try and make produce bowlers who will bowl 150 and above.
About.
So just like earlier used to say Pakistan has the best bowling lineup, we should hear India has the best bowling lineup. So I believe
Well said.
Mayank Yadav will start that.
Nice.
That
Very well done.
that's it from my end. Over to
That's
you.
so good. Thank you so much, Suryansh. You really covered all the three teams ka base. RCB, you talked about their bowling. Then you went out to Gujarat, speaking about how Shubman Gill is a captain. Really very good insights. And thank you so much for ending with Lucknow as well, with Mayank Yadav, M. Siddharth, Rahul, Puran, and everything. It's really good. Thank you for giving your wonderful analysis on this. Now, I would like to go on to someone who's waiting for a long time in the show. Nikhil, he'll just be like, अपना टाइम आ गया, isn't it, Nikhil?
Finally, yeah, indeed. It's a good
Nice,
thing, yeah.
nice. So I'm sure you're really excited about to speak about three teams, very dynamic teams. I've given you three teams which are up and down in the table. So very
Yeah,
looking forward to hear from you. So let us start with Chennai Super Kings. They're playing a match today, and I would like to hear about you. What do you feel about them?
indeed. Before the tournament started, we all heard that the change of captaincy from MS Dhoni to Ruturaj Gaikwad. Again, this was predicted, right? Because last season, when last year, when Jadeja was handed over the captaincy and the way he left the captaincy, we were all expecting that Ruturaj should be given an opportunity, and thus it was the CSK management and Dhoni has personally done it. So I'm very much happy with that decision, and I'm very much happy with the performance that Rutu has given, even though the first time captaincy, no pressure. And foreign players, overseas players, indeed, they have found it a good overseas player. With the surprise element of Mustafizur Rahman before the tournament started, I guess before the first match started, I was thinking that Mustafizur won't even make into the playing 11. But
Yeah,
the CSK management, with their always, unique thinking, and Dhoni especially being the mastermind, comes out with some surprise element. And indeed, Mustafizur has been a star player for CSK, and the addition of Matija Patirana in that, it's just like anything you can say. It's like the best thing you can, expect, like from an uncapped and experienced player who has less experience compared to Mustafizur. And one thing I would like to say is like one thing that Bangladesh and Sri Lankan players playing together is a good thing for both their countries also, because we all know that rivalry that now have been developed
yeah.
between Bangladesh and Sri Lanka.
Out.
So it's, yeah, timeout and that helmet celebration, everything is like nice. So This is something which I like about the IPL also because they bring teams, players from different countries and all the stuff like that.
Yeah,
So the batting has been absolutely brilliant with Rachit Ravindra and Ruturaj Gaikwad playing the aggressive roles in the opening power play. And that sets the platform for all the other batters like Darrell Mitchell, Samir Rizvi, something which is like I was a bit up, I was a bit, worried about like why CSK had invested so much amount of money in Samir Rizvi, like uncapped player. But the way he played
yeah,
the first game, six on the first ball, it's something like nice. So that just shows that how confident he is and how clear he is about his role, right? And then MS Dhoni, like always the mastermind behind all the plans. But indeed, we haven't seen much of Dhoni in this season, particularly with the bats, because most of the games have been finished by other players. That is something nice because you you can see now that Chennai is moving from Dhoni, moving ahead
yeah,
from Dhoni because like you can see Jadeja finishing the match and you can see Darrell Mitchell coming up and taking the responsibility. So that is something which I personally believe is nice. And now the bowling, obviously, they should the Chennai Super Kings have already a good bowling lineup with Mustafizur and Matisha Patirana, and other bowlers have also contributed very right, like that of Tushar Deshpande, separate element from you know played for Mumbai and Ranji Trophy from to the IPL in Chennai Super Kings. It's been a fantastic journey for him. And Ravindra Jadeja, as usual, a great all-rounder for the Indian team and for the Chennai Super Kings. Indeed, I believe that Chennai has mostly filled out most of the things that they require to defend their titles this season. And I still believe that CSK will be the top favorite to win the season also, and one of the team to be in the top four also. That is something which I would like to sum up of CSK. Good bowling, good fielding, and obviously the good captaincy from the two ended early days. Ending it's a good thing to, our team like CSK.
yeah.
Yeah.
Very well said. Because they have like, yeah, I think I have nothing much to add because you have covered everything up in a very short and a very quick time. That was really very well spoken there, Nikhil. Thank you for that. And as you said, they have a very good mix of the Kiwi youth. They have a lot of Kiwi players in there. They have Derry Mitchell, they have Rachin Ravindra, they have Sandner, I think, in the so they have a lot of depth there. And about Mustafizur as well. I don't think I saw him in the playing 11 because he had a couple of off seasons before the season. But the way
Before
we have
coming to
seen,
the IPL, he had also got injured in the Sri Lanka
yeah,
series.
yeah,
That is something which, and I thought that, now it's confirmed that Mustafizur won't be able to make it into the playing 11. But indeed, he made
true.
it.
Yeah, and I think we have seen CSK always trusting. We saw Rahane coming out in one season and going exceptionally. Now we're seeing Mustafizur, and it's really good to see. I think CSK have a very good harmony between them now. I'm sure Mustafizur has gone back to Bangladesh, I think, for a week or two to get their US visa applied for the World Cup, which is of paramount importance. That's a very important thing as well because it's good to see cricketers still putting international above league because you play for your country first. So I know it's going to be a big miss for CSK, but I think for the cricketing world in general, it's a good point.
I believe
Which
that
is,
Mahesh Dixana could be a player who can replace him
yeah,
in the squad.
true.
Because we all know how
So
capable Mahesh Dixana is.
yeah, and yeah, they're moving on from Dhoni, but I would like to remind you about Dhoni's knock against Delhi Capitals. That was one heck of an innings there. The way he
Yeah.
came out and just Kali Wali, like hit it or no, it'll go. He has the power. You can see his biceps. He is full muscular now. He has got his full shoulders packed. He's just looking to smack it out of the park when he comes. So now I'm going to take you, Nikhil, to two teams which are wrongly placed, I would say, in the table, ninth and 10th. First, we like to talk to you about Delhi Capitals, the return of Rishabh Pant. Please go on.
So Delhi Capitals just been able to get one win out of their matches which they have played till now. Again, the
Yeah,
CSK, it's a good team again. But the Rishabh Pant comeback is not like which he wanted to be. But indeed, the form is nice. It's good for as an Indian fan to have Rishabh Pant back and the form which we expected him to be in the upcoming World Cup also. But I believe that Delhi Capitals in the auction room they might not have targeted those players which they wanted, and because the bowling lineup is like they have got no bowlers apart from Ishan Sharma who has got experience. Andrik Nortje have a pace, but he has been struggling in this entire tournament. We all saw that on this Sunday, like how Dhoni smashed him across the park, right?
yeah,
Dhoni, and that's just something which is a big concern for Delhi Capitals because they only have one international star player in their bowling lineup, and that is Andrik Nortje. just like other teams, if we compare like Rajasthan Royals, who have Trent Bolt in their side, who has capability of taking wickets uh, in the power play. So that is something which they see is lacking behind. And their bowling lineup and plus the batting experience is they don't have experienced batters. Yeah, we know that they have Mitchell Marsh, David Warner, Rishabh Pant in their squad. But we cannot forget that they do have players like Abhishek Porel who are inexperienced, and you cannot just give so much pressure to those youngsters having to play in their final seasons or something like that. Christian Stubb is a good player indeed for South Africa and for the DC, but not up to the mark which Norman Powell could have been if I would believe that if he would have been retained by DC. But again, I believe that there are still plenty of things that DC needs to work out in their champion. If they want to win the tournament, so that is something a concern for me was. But indeed, a good comeback on good form for Rishabh Pant. But as a captain, you need to do a lot of things to bring his team together to get those 6 marks ready for the trophy winning campaign and stuff like that. That is something which I'm very much and Akshay Patel form in league. It's a concern for DC as well because Akshay Patel is one of their experienced campaigners, right? Akshay Patel they have a lot of experience on them, in him. A guy who can bat also, who can ball also. So Akshay Patel needs to do a lot of improvement in his batting, particularly I would say bowling is still okay. Batting I believe he needs to do a lot of improvement. That is
Yeah.
something which I would say that DC is lacking behind.
Cool. Very well said again, Nikhil, because there are a lot of loopholes in this team right now. If you go to see, there's a very inexperienced batting there with Tristan Stubbs, Rishabh Pant just recovering from his injury and getting back into the flow of things. So, yeah, it's going to take some time, but I think hopefully DC can show their talent in their. The tournament is long, they still have 10 games to go. So, looking forward to the best of things, and let's see how it goes on.